So after going on and on about like how amazing the product is, etc., we got to the real news in the picture, which is the Mi TV4 was launched at 39,999 rupees.
Yeah.
Now, if you are balking at this price, you should know that this is a 4K HDR TV, and while 4K TVs are available at reasonably cheap prices, maybe under 50,000, you will find quite a few companies offering 4K TVs. The real deal here is HDR. So HDR is a technology that makes your pictures look actually good, videos look really good. So that is the technology that we've been after personally. So 4K HDR TV under 50,000, I don't think there's a single one available in India right now, except
and also,
for the Xiaomi.
Not to forget, this is a 55-inch LED TV.
Yeah, the size is more
the
important.
size is
More.
It's much bigger. So I was kind of thinking that they would get the 49-inch so that you have a lower starting price point. But it looks they're going for only one model. So they internationally, I think they have the 49-inch, the 55-inch, and the 65-inch models. But in India, they've only launched the 55-inch model, and they're calling it the Mi LED TV4.
Yeah.
So, and at that price, honestly,
it's a pretty good price. I mean,
when you look at the specs and you look at the price, it does look good. But again, so I'll reserve my comments till I actually see it.
Yeah. So the reason why we are not really, getting too excited over the price alone is that usually, like if the price is really low, there can be a chance of certain compromises being made. And with a TV, you never really know until you use it personally.
Yeah.
Even if you see it in a showroom, they might have pre-calibrated settings to make it look a certain way.
Also, it'll look different in showroom lighting. Again, at home, it might just look completely different.
Yeah, which is why we will be reviewing this TV, and you can wait for our review to see what it actually looks like. But I am just like a little wary of like recommending this TV to anybody based on the price alone, because the real thing is in picture quality. Two same 4K TVs, like you put them next to each other, and they will show you completely different quality of pictures. That can happen because of the quality of the panel. And similarly with 4K HDR TVs, like if the implementation is not correct, then ultimately you are going to miss out on some real good picture quality.
And at the same time, you also need like 4K HDR content to view on it, right?
Yeah. So 4K HDR content, once again, like it's not exactly available, anywhere you go.
I think that's another thing we need to point out. So this is also a smart TV, but it's missing two big streaming services which actually provide HDR content, which is Netflix and
Amazon Prime Video.
So these two main big video streaming services are not present, but they have a whole bunch of other ones like.
Yeah, but I'm sure you can connect your Chromecast or your other Fire TV, Apple TV, whatever you have.
I mean, it's not built in, is what I meant.
If you have one of those things, then you can probably like watch.
True.
And even from your laptop, you can probably stream it on HDR if you have certain laptops and certain browsers and whatnot. So you can be watching that kind of content, but currently it's going to be in short supply. But anyway, what they've done is they've built a patch wall for this.
So that's what they call the TV OS. It's called the PatchWall OS, wherein it has all different streaming apps combined, and it also can integrate with the set-top box that you're using currently.
So basically, I can see live channels from my set-top box.
I honestly don't know who's going to watch like 480p set-top box, content on a 4K HDR TV.
Yeah, but what about if you have HD channels?
Well, still, it's going to be really low resolution. You're still going to look at pixels because the panel is really huge and it's capable of running like it's running on 4K resolution.
This is also a test to see how well Xiaomi has its upscaling engine, how well it does that. Right?
Yeah, so upscaling is basically when like the picture is of lower quality and the TV is displaying it in a slightly higher quality.
Yeah. So I think for that the TV has like an AMLogic processor or something, and with 2 GB RAM and 8 GB of internal storage, which we think should be enough.
Yeah, but let's just say on paper it all looks great. Yeah. But once we see the TV like in person, only then can we really say how it is. Because ultimately with the TV, what is the case? Like apart from the display, nothing else matters, right? I honestly don't care. Like, okay, it has 3 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports and all that. All those things are completely useless if the display quality is not up to the mark.
But I think they're using a Samsung panel.
Yeah. So for the 55-inch, it is a Samsung panel. I think it'll all boil down to the display and the GPU used, because if the GPU is not fast enough, you will see a delay in the refresh rate, because it has to upscale like content from 720p to 4K. And if the GPU is not fast enough, you will see a slower refresh rate, and
like
that
ghosting basically.
Yeah, you will have ghosting. So it wouldn't be the ideal way of watching content on that. So it all depends on how it performs.
I guess that's all for this episode of Orbital, and we will see you with another episode next week. As always, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Gadgets360. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, write to us at podcast@gadgets360.com. Thank you so much for listening.